Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zubeir Husssain. I'm a cognitive behavioral psychotherapist, and today I will be talking about postnatal depression. Postnatal depression has many names, such as postpartum depression or baby blues. It's often characterized by feeling low, having difficulties bonding with your baby, feeling disinterested, feeling quite anxious or overwhelmed, having a disturbed sleep pattern, increased or decrease in appetite, and also difficulties motivating oneself. Postnatal depression is extremely common. It can happen to anyone of any background. It's not only a Western phenomena, but it does occur in the Eastern world as well. Postnatal depression can affect women in many ways. One of the main ways it affects women is that feeling of guilt. Due to the depressive feeling, lack of motivation, lack of interest, often beat themselves up about not bonding well with their child or enjoying that motherhood phase. It's often quite debilitating as well. You might not feel like going to playgroups, you might not feel like seeing your friends. You might actually struggle expressing these feelings that you are experiencing to other people as well. It can affect you psychologically and physically as well. You might start gaining weight or losing weight. You might not look after yourself and engage in that self-care. So for example, you might not do your makeup or hair like you used to do. You might struggle to care for yourself but still attend to your baby. And you might struggle to have that relationship you previously had with your partner as well. Research suggests younger mothers and mothers from ethnic minority backgrounds may suffer from postnatal depression more than others. The reason for that is there might be considerable societal, cultural, and religious expectations on them. Also, women who belong to deprived background may also suffer from postnatal depression as well. The reason for this is they may face more challenges than their counterparts. For example, they may struggle with their languages, attending certain groups, attending follow-up appointments. They may become quite isolated as well. Also, women whose husbands end up going back to work and they're alone in their house all day, they can become quite depressed and isolated. And these are some of the reasons why they may be more vulnerable to postnatal depression. Unfortunately, postnatal depression is subject to much misunderstanding, taboo, and stigma. Many women are reluctant to talk about their true feelings. They might be genuinely feeling quite depressed or overwhelmed, but are scared about the impact that might have if they disclose their real feelings. Unfortunately, there's much shaming and blaming around PND as well. Mothers are often misconstrued as being neglectful, maybe not bonding well with their baby. There's considerable cultural implications as well. Unfortunately, many mothers have been victim of mother blaming. What I mean by that is that they're often accused of being bad mothers. This is not necessarily the case. Simply feeling down or depressed does not make you a bad mother, and this is why many women are reluctant to come forward to talk about their postnatal depression. This unfortunately means they are suffering in silence. Their depression may become worse and they may feel more hopeless, helpless, and isolated. This is why early intervention is absolutely critical, not only for the mother's health, but for the baby's health as well. Therapy is easily available, and there's many groups available as well, which can teach you the skills to bond with your baby well, to improve your mood as well, and to improve your self-esteem as well. Just like any physical or psychological disorder, early intervention is essential. The more earlier you are treated for your difficulty, the more easier recovery can be. Unfortunately, with postnatal depression, many mothers are reluctant to come forward for treatment. The reason for this is because they may fear that social services may become involved or their baby may be taken away. This is not the case whatsoever. This is a common myth which often scares mothers to seek treatment. Treatment is available quite easily and readily in the community. You can speak to your GP. There are specialist therapists trained to deal with perinatal cases. So if you have recently given birth, you will receive priority for talking therapists. Cognitive behavioral therapy is available, and it's a highly effective technique for treating PND, and it can only take a couple of sessions rather than long-term treatment. And this is why early intervention is necessary. There's no shame in accepting you are struggling, and you will receive the correct treatment then. As mentioned earlier, there's many misconceptions and myths about PND and postnatal depression. Often people are reluctant to disclose their feelings to other mothers because they may feel as though they are neglecting their child or not bonding with their child or being the perfect mother that they should be. The reason behind this is because there's many societal pressures, cultural pressures for this as well. We are conditioned to expect mothers to be almost perfect, to almost think that they cannot experience any negative emotion whatsoever. You will be surprised by talking to other mothers how common these feelings are. Many other mothers would have experienced the same feelings, the same difficulties, just like you may be experiencing as well. There's no shame in experiencing a negative emotion. It's extremely common. You've just experienced childbirth, your body's changed, your hormone levels and your chemical levels in your brain have changed as well. So of course you will be feeling different, if not down. And therefore talking to others will just simply normalize this process rather than becoming a process for which you need to fear. Who are we to judge who is the perfect mother? There is no textbook, there is no guide to say how to be the perfect mother. Mothers are human as well. You will feel sad, you will feel happy, you will feel an array of emotions. My only message and hope to you is, as Allah says in Surah Maryam, Ayah 24, do not grieve, your Lord has provided beneath you a stream.